So, if you want to get ahead in the costas, it pays to keep up with the latest news. And my next entrepreneur has made big bucks keeping the Brits abreast of all that's going on by publishing a local newspaper. So, what's the big story? Well, when it comes to breaking news, there's nothing that gets past keen reporter Jan Cooney. Her English tabloid has been giving Brits the latest headlines on the Costa del Sol for the past 2 years. And it's a sellout success. So Jan, you've lived all over Spain in different parts. What gave you the idea or the inspiration of setting up a newspaper?
Well, it's when we lived in Tenerife.
Right.
There wasn't really a proper newspaper there. And I was talking to my friend who was a printer. Yeah. And she said, well, why don't you start one?
So you basically just spotted a gap in the market. You thought, I'll give this a go.
Yes.
But you actually had no experience.
Absolutely not, no.
So you had to train yourself up.
Yes.
You're a self-taught Janet Street porter, basically.
Yes.
So you had to overcome giant hurdles, really, to do this.
It was all a big challenge in the beginning.
Every day is a challenge, I guess.
To learn everything from the actual printing, the design, marketing. When I look back now, I think, God, I must have been mad to take something on like that.
Being on Spain, and Spain has its good side and Spain has its dodgy side, is it all about sea, sun and scandal?
No.
No?
Well, some people make a life here.
Yeah.
I've got a life, I've got my kids.
Yeah.
Other people come over and they're just here on a massive holiday.
It's quite the expat dream. A life as sizzling Spanish sunshine with a career as scorching Spanish scandal. The paper's fortnightly circulation figures have rocketed to 25,000. And these days, Jan could give Rupert Murdoch a run for his money in southern Spain. So, what about your reporters? Who do you get to report on the stories?
We have mostly freelance people.
So how about, I've got a way with words. Maybe I go off and hunt a story down for you?
Well, there is actually one man I'd like you to track down.
Right.
Is
he a criminal, a gangster?
Well, almost a gangster. He actually played the gangster in Eldorado.
It's a kind of celebrity interview.
He's a minor celebrity.
Yeah.
He's quite a character where he lives.
Okay.
And I'd like an interview with him.
Consider it done. I'll come back to you later on. I'll bring you the story. How many words, approx?
About 300 words.
Consider it done. I'll see you later. So, I've done some research. I've tracked down John Leach, who used to star in Eldorado, the British soap set in southern Spain. I'm going to have a chat with him and bag myself an exclusive. John made a name for himself in the expat soap as Ed Case, the aptly named hired assassin. And by the looks of him, well, you wouldn't want to upset him. So, before Eldorado started, you were already living in Spain, weren't you?
Yeah, I came to Spain to open a bar.
Yeah.
Everybody's dream.
Okay.
And then the camera crew used to come into the bar, and then one day they said that they were looking for someone with a villainous face and a Cockney accent to play the part of someone to shoot Marcus Tandy in the series.
And did you like that idea?
Yes.
You loved the idea?
I loved it. I thought I was going to be the next James Bond.
Okay.
I still get stopped in the street and people go, "You're the one that shot Marcus." I'm serious. Can you have a photo?
This is all good stuff, but there's nothing that shouts out exclusive. It's an elaborate setup. I mean, what was going on up there? It must have been amazing. Was it literally like a whole Spanish town built up in the hillside?
Yeah, fascinating place. I think now there's a nudist colony up there.
You're kidding me.
I'm not.
You think it's a nudist colony?
I think so.
My goodness, I think that's a story. Right, I think I've got everything I need, but there's just one last thing to do. I know that you were the gangster on Eldorado, but now the tables are turned, and I am going to shoot you.
Go on, with what?
With the camera. Yeah, if I get a decent picture, it might even make the front page. I'll tell you what we need now as well. Beer down, looking hard. Like I owe you loads and loads of money. Excellent. Sweet. So I'm going to write this up, and then I will speak to you later on. Is that all right?
Yeah, sweet, mate.
Thank you very much.
Whenever.
So I'm quite pleased with that. Did a nice little interview with John, got some good sound bites, I took some nice pictures, so now I'm going to rush back to the office, type it up before the deadline. Well, after some digging around, I discovered that the rumour about the Eldorado set being used as a nudist colony is actually unfounded. Still, it's given me an idea for the headline. So Jan, I think it needs a little bit more polish. But I think the bones are there. What do you think?
I think it's an excellent headline.
Really? Because I've kind of put Eldorado back in people's mind, what John's part was and what his views are about it all. So what do you think?
That looks really good.
It's quite hard to do it so fast.
Yes.
And try and remember everything, and you're typing, your mind goes blank for a second, and you have to go back to your notes. But I'm fairly pleased with that.
That's excellent.
So, boss, are you going to run this?
I am.
Are you really?
Yes.
Brilliant. Hello, Christian Digby has made the front page news. And I can see how Jan's enthusiasm for on-the-ground storytelling has gone a long way to ensuring her newspaper's lasting success.